Welcome to the Tennessee Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the sign up for additional sessions. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at that same website where you registered. And now I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter from Southern Arkansas University.
Hello from Southern Arkansas University. My name is Mackenzie Hamilton. I'm the Director of Recruitment. I'm about to share my screen and present with you all. I'm presenting on behalf of Madison Hopkins. She will be your admissions counselor from SAU, but I'm presenting on her behalf tonight. So I just wanted to share that before we got started. We are Southern Arkansas University. We are located in Magnolia, Arkansas. This is our beautiful campus. This is an aerial view, so you can kind of get a feel for campus and the vibe. We are the mule riders. That's probably our biggest question is, what is a mule rider? A lot of people think it's the mule. A lot of people think it's the girl. We are the mule riders. And so our mascot is actually Abby Ewan. She is the one riding our mule, Molly. But that's a little fun fact there. But our colors are blue and gold. Our enrollment is a little bit over 4,500 students. We were very happy to see our enrollment this year, and as well as our student-teacher ratio is 16:1. That means for every 16 students, we have one faculty or staff member on campus. We are a part of the Great American Conference, and we are a Division II college, and we'll talk more about sports in just a moment. For you students, we do offer in-state tuition as long as you live on campus. I wanted to provide a map and be able to show you all where we're located, where you're located in comparison, and kind of to give you a feel for how far you are from us. But we will offer in-state tuition for Tennessee students. This is how you can apply. It is free to apply for admissions and scholarships. You can apply. These are our direct links for you guys to view and to have for later, but you can apply for our admissions as well as scholarships and housing. Our admissions and scholarship applications are open, and our housing application will open November the 1st. We have waived our ACT, SAT waiver for fall 2021 freshmen, meaning we will admit you based off of your GPA. You need at least a 2.3 GPA in order to be admitted. We will need, however, your ACT or SAT scores for placement, but we will admit you based off of just your GPA for the fall 2021 year. And scholarships. Here are scholarships based on tiers and based off of the ACT and your GPA. So we will, a lot of people ask, well, do I need to have the ACT for scholarships? Yes, you do. And so this is our list of scholarships provided for you all. So if you have any questions, you can see it on here. I can answer in the chat, or you can view it on our website as well. And we do offer tours. So at any time, if you see something and you want to learn more and come on campus, we do provide individual tours Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. About our education, we do have 4 colleges. We have the College of Business, the College of Education, the College of Liberal and Performing Arts, and the College of Science and Engineering. We have over 80 different degrees to choose from, but kind of more of our popular ones are listed here. We do have some in entrepreneurship, computer science, marine biology. I'm skipping over just a few to save time. Engineering, agriculture, marketing, education. We have added multiple new ones. New ones are international business, cyber criminology, along with a cyber range. We do have that as well. Pre-art therapy, poultry science, and public health. So you can take a look at those as well as kind of dig deeper through our website. Sports, as I mentioned earlier, we are a Division II college. This lists all of our men and women's sports, as well as I have listed some of our club teams. We do have a fishing team, disc golf, esports, and we also have an esports lounge and a trap shooting team. As well as we do have intramural sports. Those are offered all year long, right in season with the rest of our sports. And so if you're interested in any of those are available for you guys as well. Housing, as I mentioned earlier, our housing application will open November the 1st. and you can view all of our different residence halls online, as well as you can come on campus or a virtual tour to see housing as well. Some of our dining options are listed. We do have the Blue and Gold cafeteria, as well as we do have a Panda Express, as well as Grill Works, which is more of like a burger type restaurant, as well as Chick-fil-A, Java City, and Subway. So those are dining options that we have available on campus. Some fun about us is this kind of shows a little bit of our traditions as well as organizations that we have. We do have 100 plus organizations, including some of those include Greek Life, Student Government Association, Student Activities Board, and all of those different organizations. So there's something for everybody. So please feel free to ask or check us out online to learn more about our organizations. We do have in-person preview days if you guys want to register for one of those. Provided is the register for our preview day, we will have in person. They are limited capacity. The ones we have left open are October 22nd and November the 13th. If you can't make one of those, like I've said earlier, you can schedule a virtual tour or you can schedule an in-person tour Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. This list, how you can apply for free, please feel free to reach out to me or Madison if you have any questions, as well as here's Madison's information. She will be your go-to for any questions you may have, as well as you can set up a virtual appointment with her. But thank you so much for joining us tonight, and I will turn it back over.
Thank you. Next, we'll be hearing from the University of North Alabama.
Just kidding. Hi there. My name is Taya Vasakul, and I'm your University of North Alabama admissions counselor. I do cover the entirety of West Tennessee, and at the very end of my presentation, I will have my personal email address as well as my phone number. So if you have any questions, you're welcome to reach out to me personally. So for those of you that do not know, have not heard of the University of North Alabama, we are a smaller Division I university located in the northwest corner. Just to give some kind of reference, we're about 2.5 hours away from Memphis, Tennessee. So that kind of tells you about where you're located in reference to us. We did meet record enrollment this past fall, or the fall of 2019, excuse me, with a little over 8,000 students. We're really excited about that. We're still in the medium size. We still have smaller class sizes. As you can see here, our average class size is about 24. Our student to professor ratio is 19 to 1. We have several different student organizations for you to get involved in, and countless study abroad opportunities as well. And I will go over those in more depth in just a minute. So first, how do you apply to UNA? We have an account you have to create. It's called your My UNA account. But you can find this account as well as our application at una.edu/apply or apply.una.edu, whichever way is easier for you to remember. We do need your official high school transcript, as well as your ACT or SAT scores. If you guys have not been able to take the ACT or SAT, that is no problem. We are test optional for the class of 2021. But if you have been able to take it, then we are accepting super scores this year. So that is beneficial for you guys as far as scholarships go. One other thing for you to submit with your application is your any college transcripts. So if you have taken dual enrollment or AP classes, we want those as well, so they're ready for you when you go to be advised at UNA. These are our initial academic scholarships. So like I said, we need your high school transcripts, we need your ACT or SAT scores. These scholarships are automatic once you are admitted based off of your scores. And if you have a 20 on your ACT and a 3.0 GPA, you are automatically considered for in-state tuition. You don't have to pay the double out of state. So as you see right here, if, again, you have not been able to take the ACT or SAT, we are offering scholarships for 3.0 to 4.0 based on this first bracket, $1,000 to $2,000 for the 4 years you're at UNA. We do have additional scholarships that are available. We have a leadership scholarship, which is based off of an activities resume of anything you've been involved in freshman to senior year. It also requires a 3.0 and a 20 on your ACT. We have endowed scholarships. There are over 300 different scholarships available within our endowment. But once you're admitted, you can start applying for those scholarships. And then we at UNA will go through all of the different options for you and match you with any potential scholarships. So you do not have to go through those 300 on your own. We do have an honors college at UNA. There isn't a minimum ACT or GPA that you need to be admitted. They're looking for a well-rounded student. On the exact same resume that you submit for the leadership scholarship, you can submit for the honors college as well. And then they are looking for an additional 500-word essay for that application to be complete. We have our Presidential Mentors Academy. This is for our underrepresented students on campus. You have to have a minimum 18 ACT and a 2.75 GPA. But this is our only 5-year scholarship at UNA. And this just helps build leadership opportunities. You have your own mentor or forum that you go to as well as just like you would be a part of in the honors college. We do have valedictorian and salutatorian scholarships. They are $1,000 stacked on top of any initial academic money, leadership, or endowed scholarships, and as well as honors college and PMA. And then we have performance scholarships as well. If you want more details or more information about our scholarships, you can go to una.edu/financial-aid/scholarships. We do have 4 academic colleges at UNA. We have our Anderson College of Nursing, we have our College of Arts and Sciences, College of Business, and then our College of Education and Human Sciences. We were founded in 1830 as a teacher's college. So education is at the root and the heart of what we do at UNA. We also have the highest passing NCLEX rate in the state of Alabama, and we're currently under construction for our new College of Nursing. It's going to have a hospital simulation, so you're going to get great hands-on experience before you go into clinicals and internships. A couple of other unique degrees we have at UNA include marine biology, industrial hygiene, and engineering technology. We would love for you guys to visit campus. We have in-person and virtual options. You can visit in person Monday through Friday, 8 to 2 p.m. or visit una.edu/visit for any other options to meet with an admissions counselor. And if you have any questions, there's my contact information. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we'll be hearing from Western Carolina University.
All right, so we are Western Carolina University. I am Molly Tippett. I'm one of our assistant directors of admission, and I've been here about 6 years.
And I'm Susie Swartz. I'm Senior Assistant Director of Freshman Admission, and I've been at Western for about 2.5 years now. So we're going to get started and share a few quick Carolina, who we are, and where we're located. So just a few quick facts. We're located in the beautiful Cullowhee Valley in North Carolina. We are the westernmost University of North Carolina system school, so we're a 4-year public university. A little bit more about our location. We're right where the Blue Ridge and Smoky Mountains meet in a very rural, beautiful area if you're looking for that small town college experience. We're about 3 hours north of Atlanta, about an hour from the Tennessee border, give or take about 7.5 hours from Memphis. But again, if you're looking for that small town college experience and are interested in school in North Carolina, we could potentially be a good fit. So a few more facts about us in terms of our student body and our academics. We have about 12,000 students, so we are a medium institution. About 4,500 live on campus, so a little less than half of our undergraduates, which are about 10,000. And there are several who live off campus in apartments as upperclassmen, and those are within walking distance of the main campus. So everything is nice and close. It's a really close-knit campus community, sort of the worlds being a university, medium-sized institution with all the resources that come with that. But we also have a really close community. We have 170 different clubs and organizations and 120 different majors across 6 different colleges. So everything from nurse, founded Teachers College in 1989. We also have music and theater programs if you're interested in that, engineering, so a whole range of programs to choose from. We have a classes have 30 or fewer students, so we really try to give you that individualized attention, and we put a big emphasis on opportunities such as internships and research.
All right. So we will move on to application requirements. So when you apply to Western, there are specific requirements we're going to look for. So the first thing is that you have completed the application. So there's a few ways to do this, but the best way is to just go online to apply.wcu.edu. And this covers first years, but if you are a transfer student and have transfer questions, our contact information will be at the end, and we can get you in touch with one of our transfer counselors. So the next thing is a $65 application fee. You'll pay this when you apply, or if you qualify for a fee waiver, you can go online to applicationfeewaiver.wcu.edu and check out the criteria for a fee waiver, as well as submit a fee waiver request on that page. So fee waiver or $65 application fee, high school transcripts. So with your application, we want you to submit and attach an unofficial transcript, or you can enter your information manually if you do not have an unofficial, and we will use that for initial review. We will need an official transcript later, but for general admission and the initial review, just an unofficial would be sufficient. Now for test scores, this is slightly different this year due to COVID-19. We would normally require them. However, we understand, like many of the other schools have said, that testing has been very difficult for all of our seniors this year because of COVID-19. So if you do not have test scores, if you've not been able to take the test, that's okay. If you have scores, submit them. If you don't, that's okay. We can review you without that. However, we do encourage you to try to take it just for scholarship purposes to give you the best possible opportunities. The next thing is a community college transcript. That is not required for the initial review. However, when you finish taking all your classes, we'll need that transcript so that we can give you credit for those community college classes. So if you have essays, resumes, or letters of recommendation, they're not required, but we do accept them, and you can submit them and we'll take them into consideration via email, mail, or fax to our office. So that's just some of our application requirements if you're looking to become a first-year student at Western.
Just a few quick deadlines too, and you can see a few other campus photos and different activities on our campus there. We do have an early action deadline coming up on November 15th. So we strongly encourage you, if Western is at or near the top of your list, to advantage of that. You'll get a decision no later than December 15th. And if your application is complete earlier than that, you may hear from us earlier. And then you can see the other important deadlines, including that February 1st deadline for the application for fall and for scholarships, which you can apply for at scholarships.wcu.edu. And the final deadline to let us know that you're coming to Western if you decide to attend is May 1st.
All right, and our final slide, this is just going to give you guys a little bit of information about us. We have a couple emails on there. Pay attention to Susie's. That's going to be the person you want to get in touch with. Our email is admis@wcu.edu. That's our general email. So if you do have any questions, that's the best place to send them. The phone number is 828-227-7317. And you see Susie's email is swartz@wcu.edu. And virtual visits, this is really important. Please come online to visit.wcu.edu. You can sign up for a virtual tour, find out about academic and student life, have a one-on-one meeting with a counselor via Zoom, or come to our Zoom lobby. That's Monday through Friday at 10 to 11 a.m. And finally, we do have in-person tours Monday through Friday, and you can make a reservation online. You're required to do so due to COVID. But thank you so much, and we hope you guys enjoy the rest of this and come visit us.
Thank you. Next, we'll be hearing from the University of Louisville.
Woo, what's up, guys? What's up, everyone? My name is David, and I'm an admissions counselor for the University of Louisville. Now, those are some of the topics that you see on the screen that I'm going to cover in these quick 6 minutes, but I know you're probably going to have questions, and I really want to be there to answer them. So at any point in time, please reach out to me and let me help answer any questions that you have. This is us. This is the University of Louisville. We are a public institution in Louisville, Kentucky, the largest city in Kentucky. So if you're willing to take that 5.5-hour drive, that's how long it takes to get from Memphis to us, then boom, you're gonna run into our campus. What's nice about our campus is you can get anywhere in 10 minutes. It's a nice compact campus. It's flat, no hills. And if you're that student that is looking for that urban environment, you wanna be in a city atmosphere, you wanna be somewhere where there's always something going on. I'm gonna quote the musical Hamilton here, because we do have off-Broadway and on-Broadway plays that come through Louisville. And I'm gonna say that we help to set our students up and to put them in the room where it happens. So for that student that is looking to participate potentially in undergraduate research, since we are a tier 1 research university, any professor that you're meeting on this campus is doing current research. If you're looking for those jobs, the internships, the co-ops, over 6,000 students at U of L use the Career Center to help get them that real world experience, that outside of the classroom experience. Just some other kind of stats and figures that stand out, about us is while we carry a big name and we're named after the city, and a lot of people recognize us for athletics. We're in the ACC conference, go Cards. Maybe somebody named Lamar Jackson, Teddy Bridgewater, some NFL QBs. We're not that big of an institution, so it helps to keep, while we have a big name, it helps to keep our population small, because around 3,000 full-time grads attend the University of Louisville each year. It helps to keep, what you're experiencing in high school, those class sizes, relatively small. And if you hear this accent, this is not what somebody from Louisville, this is not what somebody from the South sounds like. We are seeing a growth of our out-of-state students, so we do want to see more out-of-state students coming to U of L if you're interested in us. And this accent is from Chicago. We see a lot of students, if you like this accent, we see a lot of students coming from the Chicagoland area to U of L. While we don't have a lot of time to talk about the 200 different degree programs, I am going to hit on a couple. I'm going to touch on some majors that we're well known for. On the screen, starting at the College of Arts and Sciences, all the way down to the School of Public Health. Those are the undergraduate colleges and schools that are open to you as a senior looking to apply to us. I'm going to strongly encourage you to Google search or ask Jeeves, Bing, look up the U of L catalog. And when you do that, you're going to be able to see all of our academic majors and minors that we offer. And what's really cool about any of the majors that we offer, if you click on that major, like I clicked on anthropology, you click the flight plan button, you're going to see a breakdown of what your 4-year class schedule at U of L is going to potentially look like. Some other majors, some unique things about the University of Louisville, because we do have a med school, a law school, and a dental school. We see a lot of students coming to us for pre-health track. So that's why biology, chemistry, psychology, a lot of majors that students decide to major in to go on the pre-health track are a part of our most popular majors. Louisville is the home of the Kentucky Derby. So if you don't know what the academic market is, check out the academic common market. And if you wanted to get involved in equine business, you could get in-state tuition for attending U of L by being a part of that major. Where you're eating, where you're sleeping, right? We're going to fill your brains up with knowledge, but then you also got to feed your stomach. You got to rest. So that's all the good eats that are on campus. We are a foodie city, but yes, we have Chick-fil-A on campus. We have, some delicious sweet tea at McAllister's, and all the stars indicate where you're sleeping, because you do have to live on campus. There's a 2-year live-on requirement at the University of Louisville. Most freshman students live in traditional style housing. While there are some suite and apartments that are available, that's where our upperclassmen are living. So your second year on campus, there's more suite and apartment style living available to you. And yes, there are 2 residence halls that have those pools, the grilling areas. They're really nice. If you didn't want to live in one of those upperclassmen residence halls, just make friends with somebody that's living there to take advantage of that. Applying in scholarships, that's what's going to be coming up next. We are a rolling admissions university. So that means we're constantly churning out admissions decision once a student completes their application. So while we don't have a deadline for when you need to apply, there are 2 deadlines that do have to do with scholarships that are important. May 1st is that big scholarship deadline, which you're going to see in a second. That's the last date that we will accept scores to try to bump you into a new scholarship range. If you're applying to us right now, there are 2 ways to do it. You can go to on our website, our admissions website, or the Common App, and you can apply to us with test scores or without test scores. The way admissions works at the University of Louisville is we admit you first to the university and then to your academic major. So if you're applying with test scores, all academic majors are available to you to try to get admitted in. If you're applying without test scores, right now the College of Business, the School of Nursing, and the Speed School of Engineering all require test scores, but they're working on pathways for students that are interested in applying without test scores, what criteria they would need in order to try to get direct admissions to them. On the screen, you can see the big scholarship, the one that ends, has that May 1 deadline. On the left-hand side, you do need to have scores in order to automatically get this assigned to you. We're working on, in the next 2 weeks, we're working on what criteria a test optional student needs to complete in order to receive one of these scholarships. And on the right-hand side, you can see our cost of attendance for 1 full academic year. This is me. I'd love to hear from you. L's up, go Cards. Have a good one, everybody.
Thank you. Next, we'll be hearing from Bryan College.
Did I actually, I'm sorry, I don't know if I actually unmuted the sound for the video. So if you guys didn't hear that, I apologize. But at least you got to see some of the statistics. My name's Andrew Smith. I'm the Director of Admissions at Bryan College, and I am presenting for Hannah Ledford, who is the West Tennessee admissions counselor. So definitely want to say welcome to everybody on the call. Again, coming from Bryan College, we're in East Tennessee in Dayton, about 5 hours from Memphis and the West Tennessee area. So the closest city of note would be Chattanooga. We're about 30 minutes north, and we're definitely the smallest college on the call today, just under 600 students. So definitely the smallest campus, but I would say lots of opportunities. Even with a small campus, as you guys could see, the student-teacher ratio was small with 14-1. And really, I want to talk more about who we try to be and what we try to do in the lives of our students. But I do want to share some similar statistics as to what was shared earlier, with some of our majors. Even though we're a small school, we're one of the few small private Christian schools that would offer a full engineering program. We're starting a nursing program in the next year. So for the fall 21 class, you'll have an opportunity to go through a full nursing program, offer things like engineering technology. So for a small private Christian school, we offer those opportunities to travel, to go into majors that might not quite be what's associated with a small Christian school of 600. So definitely want to share that. Also want to share that as a college, we are completely optional this year. So you guys have kind of heard the idea of test optional on the call today. We're completely optional. So you can not only be accepted without a test score or with a test score. We take the ACT, the SAT, and the CLT, if you're familiar with that test. But you can not only be accepted with your scores, but you can be accepted with your GPA. You can go through this and get fully scholarshiped with the GPA or a test score. So it's two different on-ramps. If you just have a GPA, you can go all the way through acceptance to scholarship to placement with just the GPA or the test score. So there's kind of a difference between being test optional and optional. So you can go through the whole path with one or the other. If you have a score and just don't want to use it, that's fine. For this year, we're definitely we just want to work with students and do what's best for them. So we are completely optional in terms of what we offer. And a big thing is, ultimately, the schools on the call, we're all different. We're varying sizes, varying locations. There are a lot of similarities with different degrees that we offer. And on paper, we're all regionally accredited. So, in a lot of ways, it's like, okay, well, what does make each college different? And I would say for Bryan College, it's really about value, opportunities, and life change. That's what we're all about here at Bryan. Like all the other schools, we offer a bunch of different degrees and opportunities for you to pursue your dreams at Bryan. And again, as a small school, there are still big opportunities to do that. But what we would like to say is ultimately what we provide at Bryan is the traditional private Christian college experience with, again, some of the things that you might expect with learning and studying from a Christian worldview in the classroom, having close-knit relationships with your faculty members, those open door type of relationships, those discipleship and mentoring type of relationships that you would expect from a small private Christian school, which, touts and values relationship. But also more than anything, what I would say is we offer that traditional real Christian college experience without the typical Christian college price. And so we cut our tuition last year by 40% as one of the lowest tuitions in the region as a Christian college. And so what I would say is we're going to offer life change and the real Christian college experience without the typical Christian college price. So we'd love to talk to you guys more and interact more. And so, thank you.
Thank you. Lastly, we'll be hearing from Covenant College.
Thank you. Welcome to everyone on this call. I'm happy that you're here with us tonight. And last but not least, Covenant College. Let me present my screen. So Covenant College, we are located on Lookout Mountain, Georgia. So it's kind of the most northern western part of Georgia. We are 10 minutes from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and we are 2 hours from Atlanta, Nashville, and Knoxville, as well as Birmingham, Alabama. I would play a video for you, but I would rather just talk about the college since we're a little bit short on time. So we are represented by 42 states and 29 countries, with about 70% of our undergraduate students coming from out of state. So the beautiful thing about a liberal arts college is we have students, faculty, staff coming from all areas of the world and the country. And we are one of the only CCCU schools ranked as a national liberal arts college in the South. Our average academic profile ranges from 3.46 to 3.95. And our SAT ranges from around 1120 to 1350, with ACT ranging from 23 to 30. However, you've been hearing about test optional. We are test optional for the 2021 school year due to the pandemic. 99% of students receive financial aid, and we are now on the Common App. So if you're applying to many different schools, you can find us there. And we are on the smaller side, just under 1,000 students, but that means you get a really intimate experience in the classroom with professors with a student to faculty ratio of 13:1. So in addition, 92% of Covenant's faculty have terminal degrees in their fields coming from top-notch institutions like Yale, MIT, Stanford, and Oxford. And around 95% of our 2019 graduates found a job within their field within 6 months of graduating. Along with that, 75% of students are placed in internships within their major, which is really important. So this is a very overwhelming list of our majors and concentrations. So despite being a smaller liberal arts college, we offer a broad variety of different things to study and to be involved in so that you can really curate the flavor of the education you want. So for instance, I was an English major with the writing concentration and an art minor, and I got a TESOL certificate. That's a really distinct experience that I received from Covenant. I also took several microeconomics classes that didn't add up to a concentration, but still kind of created another flavor to my education. So we have English, biology, education, history, psychology, community development, interdisciplinary studies, and sociology as our top majors. We also have a few notable pre-professional pathways, as well as a 3-2 pre-engineering program, which is a dual degree undergraduate program that is a backdoor into Georgia Tech. So if you're interested in engineering, check out that program. So our goal for students: academic excellence, spiritual formation, and professional development. We are a really academically rigorous college. If school isn't your thing, I would recommend taking a closer look at Covenant. We are really challenging, but we care a lot about our students. So we don't treat them as blank slates for our professors to pour all their knowledge into. We treat them as holistic students, which is certainly what I experienced, but you will be challenged in a rewarding way by receiving an education that acknowledges Christ as preeminent in all things. All students will complete a capstone project, which is a senior project that is the culmination of a rigorous and guided program of reflection, skills, and training and research designed to develop your capacity for both disciplinary competence and faith learning integration. So spiritual formation, we are a Christian college and we take our faith seriously. It is not a label that we slap on to our college. It really is the center of who we are. We believe true spiritual growth comes from encountering Jesus as a community. Everything we do at Covenant is discipleship. From chapel to the classroom, from residence halls to the athletic fields, students find transformative spiritual enrichment throughout their Covenant experience. And professional development, finding a job is important. And we equip students to pursue meaningful work by discovering their callings and their passions and then applying those really technically. And then community. So we are so intentional as a college with incorporating all of our students into community. Whatever your thing is, we have it at Covenant. So if it is Dungeons and Dragons, if it is sand volleyball, if it is a spike ball tournament, we have that for you. There is a place for you on Covenant's campus. We close our library on Friday nights just because we want our students to have lives outside of the classroom. We recognize that learning happens just as much outside of the classroom as inside of it. And where you go matters because community shapes you. Athletics, so we are a member of NCAA Division III and USA South Athletic Conference. We've been full members of NCAA since 2013. Our student athletes are really important on campus and they maintain an average GPA of 3.5. And then finally, if I could just leave you with where you go matters, your professors at whatever college you go to want you to think exactly as they think. So if you have professors who are really talented, extremely smart and credentialed and care about who you are as a person, I would consider Covenant. Lastly, Our early action deadline is November 15th, so apply before then for competitive scholarships. And if you want to learn more, scan this QR code to get connected with an admissions counselor at Covenant. Thanks so much.
Thank you. So we have a little bit of time left, and I'm just going to ask each of our presenters to come on and share just one fun tradition that happens on their campus quickly, starting with Southern Arkansas University. Is Southern Arkansas University here? Okay, we'll just move to University of North Alabama. Maybe they'll come back. It's a fun tradition.
One quick fun tradition that we have at UNA is our Lucky Dip. So we have a larger fountain that is right in the middle of campus that really just is brings us all together. It's the center of our university. And at the very beginning of every single semester, we have all of our student organizations set up tents and welcoming all of our new students on campus for the first time, and we pass out pencils. It actually started out as a joke, but we kind of just made it into a large tradition, which is a lot of fun, where every student at the beginning of the semester literally dips their pencil into the fountain for good luck for the entire school year. So that's a lot of fun. One other thing on a plug real quick, all of our application fee is being waived until October 23rd. I think I failed to mention that the first time.
All right. I see the rep from Southern Arkansas University if they want to share a fun tradition.
A fun tradition. I've been sitting here trying to think of multiple that we do. Really would probably be during homecoming week. We are doing kind of a virtual homecoming week, but we do street painting. That's a huge tradition. Is we have what's called the Farm Road, and it goes all the way around campus. It's normally people walk it mostly. I mean, cars can drive down it, but we paint white squares, and all the different organizations come out and they paint murals based off of what the homecoming theme is. That's a big one. We also do a bonfire that night. That's huge. A lot of people come back, as well as on Friday before the game on Saturday at noon, we start the heartbeat that leads up into homecoming. It starts at noon, and they beat it all through the night until the next day until the game starts. So really, that's one of our big traditions. Is definitely during homecoming week for sure.
Wow. Okay, next is Western Carolina University, and sorry, we are running out of time, so if you can go quick.
Yeah, we have a freshman run every year where after, and of course not this year for COVID reasons, but every year to kick off our first home football game, all of our freshman class runs out behind our mascot and usually our chancellor as well on the field to just like kick it off and start everything off. Usually wearing they get a t-shirt, that they all wear the same one. So, we do that every year to kick off our first home football game, which is super fun.
Awesome. University of Louisville.
There are albino squirrels in Kentucky, and we have an albino squirrel or two on campus. So if you see the albino squirrel, take a picture of it, and then you get one of the rarest t-shirts that says, "I saw the albino squirrel."
That's fun. Bryan College.
Yeah, I guess our most meaningful tradition, some might call it fun, some might think it's weird, but at the end of freshman orientation, the freshmen come into the cafeteria and the seniors come into the cafeteria as well. They're waiting for them. They surround the freshmen and pray for them and actually wash their feet, which might seem like a very weird gesture, but Jesus himself did it. And it's just a way of saying, I'm not actually any better than you. I'm a senior and I'm going to serve you and I'm actually going to act as if I'm beneath you this year to make your experience meaningful.
Nice. And then lastly, Covenant College.
Yeah, well, we have lots of different weird traditions, meaningful traditions, but I think my favorite personally as a student was 80s skate night. We would rent out an entire roller rink after hours, so from 11 p.m. until 1 a.m. It was a very late event. Our chaplain, Grant Lowe, he used to be a goth punk back in the day. You would never know it now, but he re-pierces his ears, puts on his dusty Doc Martens, and DJs the entire event. There are neon lights, there's a mosh pit in the middle of the roller rink, and then I always had roller skates on because that was my jam. But it's a great night. Everyone dresses up from the 80s.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, this is just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to check out the full schedule and sign up for additional sessions. In about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other sessions recordings online. Thank you all. Bye now.